7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
The Savachi syndrome, I'm telling you, I'm like, well, holy shit, that was crazy. Wait for it. Thick and slick. Everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Moto Aftermath Show presented by TLR Coatings. We are here in our new studio corner thing.
Fucking corner.
A corner, man. It is a corner. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it's all right.
It's good. I like it.
It's not like, you know, full pro, but I mean, it's better.
Swap Moto. We need to get
They're not completely. I mean, we could move out a little bit, put some bikes behind us.
We could put that in the middle.
A little bit. We got to update the photos. They're a little old.
Well,
These are pretty recent. Where are these at?
This is from
What, these?
2017.
The plates?
No, he's talking about the photos.
Oh.
I know the photos are old. I'm talking about the plates.
Oh, that's from the National this year.
Redbud.
What?
Yeah.
It's from the National this year.
Bro.
Stole them.
We stole them.
And by
We mean Max.
And Tom Cooper.
They just
No,
walked in
Tom
there.
didn't steal
I thought he
them.
got the Honda stuff.
No, Tom saw the Honda stuff. I told him to go get the Honda stuff. Tom told me he wasn't taking the Honda stuff, and then I told Max, and Max went and got it. So
Oh, okay, yeah.
They were just sitting outside.
the Honda stuff, yeah.
How about the AMC plate? 'Cause I know
pretty
you're
sure-
going to run your balls a lot.
I'm pretty sure Max stole
so
that one
that's
for sure.
no, so that one's actually a weird story. So he went by their truck after the first race. They gave him all the plastics. Supposedly he had to give them back, and they told him to come back after the second national, and they would give it to him. And we all thought, oh, he's full of crap, right? Then he comes bopping back to the truck after the second national, and we're getting ready to leave, and fucking huge bag of fucking plastics.
Yeah, and Emtic maps too, right?
Yeah, I have a 7 deuce plate too. I just don't have
Can I have
a
that?
thing for it.
I have a
No.
jersey to match it.
No.
What the?
No.
Do you have any side plates?
Just the Craig and the whatever.
Yeah, but dude, he got like
I thought you said you got them full Antignet plastic.
He took a whole bunch of it too.
Yeah, he took.
I got some cool stuff too. I like that stuff. I like the stories behind that stuff.
Yeah,
'Cause I got some Josh Grant gloves that we stole after the Moto win at KBR. I think that stuff's cool. And I know we have a watcher.
You say you stole Josh Grant's gloves?
Yeah.
That a
What the
boy.
fuck is wrong with
After a
you?
Moto win, dude. But the thing we really wanted to
Josh Grant doesn't have thousands of it.
I know, right?
the thing we really wanted to steal was J Law wrote a note and then walked over to Josh Grant and gave it to him. Something about OJ and the Leap or something. My bad, dude.
Okay.
J Law wrote a note, and we wanted the note because that would have been kind of fun.
figured
to
that
have.
Let's fucking take
And
that.
we ended up with the gloves. But anyway, I think one of our viewers, Brad, he's just got Moto stuff on deck. I think it'd be cool to take a camera over to his collection and do some kind of video. So Brad, if you're down with that, I think you
How
watch
about
this.
Brad Hyra? Is that what he
Now
says?
Brad Russell?
Russell?
Yeah, I think it's Russell, yeah.
So if you're down with that, I
Mitchell
think
gave
that
me
would
a
be
jersey.
really cool to go over and see.
So you
all
better
the cool
get us
stuff
one,
that he
too.
has.
A jersey?
Yeah.
Dude, Mitchell
This random
said
guy got one. We better
get
get
a
one.
hold of him at the end of the year when he get his shit from Fox.
Alright, great. Let's
He's
do
got a
that.
whole
Well,
lot
Brad's
of
already
jerseys.
got one
I was about to
Jersey?
Yeah, I got the other day.
From Millville.
I was about to DM him.
Okay,
Mitchell, not Brad.
I'll do it then.
Anyway, let's knock these out because I got a conference.
Yeah,
call
let's
because
get this.
we're all
All right.
really actually employed today.
Yeah, so anyway, so we're here wrapping up round 7 from Thunder Valley. We were at altitude. Make sure, again, to follow us on all the major social media networks. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment on the video here. I'm trying to do a whole bunch more content. We just bought a brand new pit bike. That video is coming. Super pumped on that. Anyway, lots of content coming down the pipeline, so make sure to check it out. But let's get into fantasy here since you have your conference call. I'm really over it, man.
We got one round to go, man.
I'm getting good scores and still like with 5 dudes,
I don't have any service in this corner.
which is super annoying.
Pull me up.
Well, how we
Never
doing?
mind. I got it.
You got it?
So
Are we
anyway,
going best to last, or how we doing? Last to first? Or?
I'll start. This is
Let's go
stupid.
worst, me, then I can knock it out, and then I can go be
You
a
were
pro.
worse than me?
I gotta
No,
go
he
be a
wasn't
pro.
worse than you.
I was gonna say.
You were the worst of it.
Yeah, I know, which is super annoying because I scored 407, and on a normal week that would be a decent score.
Oh, trust me, I had a really
There
good
are
score
two
too.
things that really saved my team.
I had a really good, yeah.
Okay, so anyway, so I scored 407 in the 250s. I had Nate Thrasher, which I think a lot of people did. He scored 80 points. I had Brandon Hartraft. He scored 33. I basically got screwed. Was it the first one or the second moto? I don't remember.
First moto.
I was gonna say, I feel like it was.
Second moto was the one that him and Hunter got into it.
Okay, yeah. So the first moto I was in and out of things, so whatever.
Who got it?
Anyway,
Him and Hunter got into it.
so Hartraf scored me 33, which is not good, but it's not terrible, I guess. I then picked the other rookie, Jarrett Fry, got 62. That was solid. And then where I fucked up was on our All-Star there. I picked McAdoo.
Yeah, stop. You gotta stop picking him for out.
Dude, he had an 8 handicap, and I was like, bro,
Yeah,
he can get in the.
I had him, and I said, nope, I'm out.
He can get in the top 10. And then, yeah,
I
did
don't pick him
not,
for
yeah, that really,
You won't pick him?
big fat zero there. So we only had 3 guys there. Then we go to 450. Christian Craig is an all-star. Scored 50. Solid. We're in, right?
Talk about that second moto.
Justin Rodbell, 54.
I didn't get to watch it.
That was kind of
Rod Bell.
He
He's my
was-
new guy.
I
I
mean,
like Rod Bell.
54 is not
He's
terrible,
my
but
new
it's
guy.
not great.
I haven't watched the second one yet. No.
Ben LeMay, 94 points.
Mhm.
Solid pick there.
High pick.
And then Freddie Noren went flipping down the straightaway, start straight in the second moto, and scored 34 on the day. So, solid. Real solid. For a
Boy here
407.
was pretty solid.
Alright, let's hear yours.
All right, 250 class. Joshua Veraz.
Yeah, you pulled that out of your
Yeah,
ass.
84.
Should have waited for next week.
I know, but he qualified really well, and then I don't know what happened in the first one. But he's in the top 5 on the start.
KTM power.
Yanked a holy boat.
Well, I don't know how he fell back so quick, but
Wow, he just.
well, I
Nah,
guess
speed's
yeah,
up there.
I guess that's a dumb question. But old boy backed it up both motos, 84 points.
Mhm.
His value might go down. I don't see him doing any better at Fox, so good luck with that.
I think he'll be in the top 15 at Fox.
I just farted.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Second one, this guy has a national number. He hasn't raced in a while. He was supposed to be one of those amateur guys.
I'm picking him for next week.
Mitchell Falk
Mhm.
got me 100 points.
I
Yeah.
looked at him and went, nah, I don't
Yep,
I don't
100
know.
points. So thank you, Mitchell Falk.
Thought the program might be loose.
Dylan Ferrandis, 45. So
Off the
there's
KTM.
5 on the table. I needed those 5 probably. And then this is where I kind of went south. Jerry Robin. I don't really know.
I had him, took him off.
Never even looked
Did
at
you?
him.
I was fumbling around. I was like, who do I go with? Who do I go with? He's been solid. 32. I'll take it. This is the first week I've been somewhat in the game.
Mm-hmm.
All year, so I'll take it.
Yeah, I know you caught me on some points there. which is annoying.
450 class, we're gonna go Barsha 25. This dude has won motos at Thunder Valley, starting to kind of get a little better, get his feet back under him. Justin Bogle.
Mm-hmm.
He was at a 5. I was figuring he'll at least be top 15, so he got me 64. We'll take that. This is kind of where things went sideways, and I went Austin Rue.
That was dumb.
Got me 40 points though.
I guess.
Which is, dude, listen to this guy with his
He must-
fiddly ass
Bro,
score.
it's 6 points better than Norton.
He must
so-
have. He must have like hit, dude. He must have not be confident in his motor because he's been around the 250 class all year. So
Yeah.
just bumping up to the 450 class.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, Dan Truman on the fantasy pod was kind of talking about him. So I was like, whatever, I'll run it. And again, I was busy on Saturday, so I was just
Doing
kind of
good.
hustling my picks.
Dune Goonin.
Yep, I went to Silver Lake and we're sending it.
All right, we're not.
We're not gonna talk about the dunes.
All right, we'll post some videos later.
Maybe.
And then Ben LeMay, 94 points. Obviously, that was a good pick for everybody. 14 handicap was dumb not to pick him.
Yeah, especially because
Yeah.
he's really good at Colorado.
Yeah.
And then I did first lap leaders for both classes.
Oh, no shit.
And I got them both. So I Star Yamaha, Justin Cooper, somewhat decent starter.
Mhm.
Qualified well. Felt like his mojo was working a little bit. And dude, get your dog off the podium, man. Are you really?
Can we talk about that whole Jet Lawrence
We're going
thing?
to.
We're
when we get
gonna,
into
let's talk
250s.
about that here in a little bit. But man, his girlfriend must have put that dog on the podium. boy.
Especially that dog.
Yep. That dog was pampered. Adam Cincerillo, it'd be dumb not to go with the first lap leader on him lately. He's
Pretty
got
much.
out of
His
like-
starts have been on point lately.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, there we go.
All right, so I had the 250 class. I had Nate Thrasher, which, like you said, a lot of people. I know I see he was a high pick trend, which believe the hype because he is the real deal. Like,
Wow.
he's a real deal. No, trust me.
Do we
once
need to
he-
get him on this Justin Cooper Jet Lawrence feud too? I mean, so we can just.
No,
have
let's
all
get
the
into that
coverage?
250 class.
All right, so he got me 80. I had Jarrett Fry 62, which once again we talked about. He's kind of the real deal, and he's proven it. And then this one was really good for me. Hunter Lawrence, 94.
Oh,
Yeah,
I looked
fuck
at-
that guy.
I looked at
Yeah,
the
he
handicap.
hurt me last week, or I would have went with him, and I probably would have won.
Hey man, not pressing that panic button no more, are you?
No, I'm not. But did you have 294s on there?
What? Yes, I did actually.
90 in the 250 class? Though?
No, in 250 and 450.
Oh my God! If I would have had Hunter Lawrence, I probably would have won.
And then, I almost went with a star sweep. I had Justin Cooper's my all-star, got me 50.
Wow.
So I think Ty Master.
Where did you pull that one out of?
Because, dude, he talked about it. He was good there last year, him and the whole AC controversy, but he's been good at Colorado.
Who's that?
He has not
Justin
been good all
Cooper, yep.
year.
I just picked him, man. And I tell you what, if Ty Masterpool was there, I probably would have picked a whole star sweep. And
Then everybody on Star on my fantasy team.
yeah, well, I think at some point it'll probably happen during Supercross.
Probably.
And then 450s, I had Sexton. He had me 50. Jake Masterpool, he qualified like 11th or 12th. I had a crazy ride that second moto. He got me 70. Then I had Ben LeMay, which, like I said, high pick trend. Everybody had him 94. And then another one that was really good for me was Grant Harlan with a 74.
I almost went with him. Too.
Grant Harlan.
He's been very solid.
He's been building. Kind of sucks though because he drove back to Texas and dislocated
Get
his
a whiff of
shoulder.
that.
Come on, dude. Dislocated his shoulder on the first practice. So I had 574, and there's no fucking way the way that you guys is catching me.
Oh no, there's no way in hell. I'm pretty
No.
much just gonna be trying to get Travis in the last one.
Yeah.
And part of me this week was like, just fucking send it.
Dude, I was looking at that,
Just
and,
trying to stay in the top.
and if I hadn't picked Hunter, I literally would have gone with like all double-digit handicaps with pretty much everybody. And
Hunter's going to be on my team next week.
yeah, but he's probably gonna. Well, is he gonna be an all-star? I think.
don't care.
No, he's not gonna be an all-star.
I
Yeah,
don't
but he's
care.
gonna have a low
He's
handicap.
going to be on my team next week.
Well, I think depending on what the handicaps are, I might go with Mitchell Falk, Josh Faries, and Dylan Schwartz.
That sounds.
I'll go Dylan Schwartz because that's
Yeah.
their area. But here's another thing though is Paula is all of those guys' tracks.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. Like I said, we'll talk about
Like
that.
you're talking about Verizon, you're talking about.
But the
Schwartz,
privateers
you're
are
talking
gonna-
about all these privateer guys. Oh, they're gonna be good at Paula. They ride there all the time. But that's the thing. They all ride there all the time.
I'll be really curious to
All of
see.
them.
I'll be really
Yeah.
curious to see if, and I don't know if you guys remember him, but Aiden Tierro. If Aiden Tierro shows up there, because he's really, really good
Yeah,
at Paula. But I don't know. But you're going to see a lot of privateers having high handicaps, and yeah, that's why I waited on the Mitchell Falk thing though, because he literally rides there every.
Well, I
Friday.
don't think he's giving you 100 again. So
We'll see. Well, it depends on his handicap. If it's
he ain't
handicap,
giving you 100 again.
we'll see. We'll see.
I'm with Cole on this
Well,
one.
actually, you know who also might show up there is Pierce Brown, or not Pierce Brown, Sean Cantrell. Cantrell, yeah.
Alright.
He just had Jamie Ellis at Twisted Development building bike, so he might be there as well. So
Is this Instagram knowledge? How do you know this?
Instagram. I don't fucking know.
This guy does his
Insider
homework.
knowledge. I
I
know.
don't fucking know anybody that knows Sean
Does his
Cantrell.
homework.
Yep.
Met the kid one time. He was like fucking 10.
So you're homies is what you're saying.
Yeah, man, it's cool.
Okay, cool. Can we get a jersey?
I
for
sent a
that?
Christmas card to his dad or
Met him once, dude. We're homies.
All right. Okay. So anything else with fantasy from you two? I know you got your conference call.
Oh my god, I just can't wait to do more content fantasy wise.
He is so amped up.
He is
I'm
so
an
pumped.
fantasy guy.
Dude, I really want to do, you know how Barstool does like the fantasy sports thing where,
I know what he's talking about.
I know.
yeah, so they put a camera on everybody and then they put Travis and then all his picks and then it would be Justin, all his picks on the screen and then we watch the race. And then we're like, oh, fuck you, Verizon, or oh, that guy shit the bed.
like a live stream.
And it's just comedy of us. And then the viewers know who our picks are, so you know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like,
If we
kind of hasn't been done in Moto yet. So
well, I mean, I know it's a plan to do the fantasy show before Supercross.
Mhm.
We need to get Matt in here because that's the only time he ever actually fucking plays against us is Supercross. And unfortunately, we haven't really beat him in Supercross.
Well, no, last year he had his big old whatever,
Oh, I know.
his stipulation
Yeah, I
or
know.
rule thing. Like, dude,
But I
if
will-
you're gonna be committed to the game, you are stopping at McDonald's for Wi-Fi.
I
or
will give
whatever.
give him credit. We have yet to beat him in Supercross.
I will unfortunately
Hey.
give him credit too.
You know who's killing it? Matt Mitchell.
Yeah, maybe we can have him on here too.
He's like about to be top 100 in the
Yeah,
whole
what-
fucking league.
yeah, that
I don't know what the hell he's doing, but he is killing
knowing
it.
Matt Mitchell, he's probably doing like a mathematics and all
That's
that
all
kind
right.
of shit.
He's killing it.
Yeah,
wanna
I
see
know a
him
lot of
win
people that
something.
use that Roto X fantasy.
See, I don't do any. See, that's the difference between me though. I don't really listen to the fantasy podcast. I don't do any of that shit.
Oh, that's
I just love
I do
knowledge.
because if that Truman guy goes off the rails to help people out.
Oh
Did
yeah,
you
kind of
see-
like he
did
did
you
with
see-
Nick Gaines, which I'm glad I took him off my.
No,
fucking
who was the
fantasy
guy?
team.
Who was
Jared
the guy?
Lesher.
Yeah, where he went and got him a rear wheel.
Got him a
He-
factory KTM rear wheel, a spec tire, everything.
No, it wasn't a factory because the factory wouldn't fit. He had to get it from a privateer.
Oh yeah.
And then he had to take it over to Dunlop and have them put
Got a
tire
spec
on
tire
it for
put
him.
on,
Yeah.
ran it back over, had rotors, sprockets, everything put on it, took it back to the privateer after, and he was stoked.
I guess there's a video of him literally running across pits with this wheel in his hand, and then so he got the wheel for the guy, had to have it all rebuilt, paid for the tire and everything. Even though the guy runs Kenda tires, he ran a Dunlop in the second moto, and then after they got done, took the wheel back to the privateer guy he got it from originally, and was like, "Well, here you go, you got a spec tire and all new shit on it."
Oh, you know, must
Dude
be
was
nice
pumped.
to have connections. Is he still working at the same company he's been for like the last 5 or 6 years?
Get Athena, and
Yeah.
he's
Get.
Renthal now, I think, instead
it's
of
Peruvian.
Protein. Oh, okay, never mind.
Fucking
Then yeah, Get Athena.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa, I'm gonna need you to calm it down. I like those guys. They're
Alright,
funny.
I gotta go sit in my truck.
All right, cool. We're gonna take a break.
All right, we'll see you in 20.
Cole's gonna do a conference call.
30. Alright, we're going over specials, returns, etc.
You just sit there and like, yep.
I still haven't got my handlebars. So
Oh, dude, I am really shitting the bed on Travis right now.
Yeah,
this guy's been begging me to buy something from him forever. I tell him,
And
"Yo,
I told him
need
to look
bars."
things up, and I was like, dude, send me the part number. Hasn't sent me the part number, and I'm driving down the road usually, so I gotta like search it into the system, and when I type in like pro taper bars or something, fucking 10 pages of bars come up. So I'm like driving down the road scrolling, and then when I get home, I just don't even think about it. My bad.
Just sitting here.
We'll
with,
knock it out before I leave today.
Just sitting here with stock bars.
Good thing you didn't ask for boots.
I know. He's been trying to get me to buy boots. Take me 5 years to get set up.
Oh no,
garnets.
garnet stuff's real easy to search. You just search.
Oh,
Garnet
God,
size
yeah.
9.
See,
you know?
yep, there it is.
All right.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
All right,
Okay.
buddy,
All
see
right.
you
We're gonna
at
take a break. We'll be right back. We're gonna get into 250 talk, including the Lawrence Cooper rivalry that's building. Woo! I'm pumped. All right, great. We're back. 250 time. Cole is still on his conference call, but we got stuff to do. So anyway, where do you want to start on these 250s, man?
It's up to you.
Well, Justin Cooper goes 2-1, wins the day.
Yeah, we had a Justin Cooper sighting.
Justin Cooper sighting, and then we get into this. So he goes 2-1, wins the overall, and I guess the biggest news of the day is brings his dog on the podium. And yeah, this has caused a shitstorm, which is just nothing but excellent for him.
Jet Lawrence decided to call him out on, what was it? Was it Instagram?
I think so.
Yeah, Instagram or whatever, and said, yeah, cool move, bro, bringing your dog on the podium, or get your dog off the podium, I don't know.
Something
and then
like
this
that.
just proceeded to just a
Proceed
shit
just to
talk
go
fest.
downhill, and it was awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's funny. Some people were saying that it's a little planned out, like they don't really have a beef, like whatever. But
This is nothing but greatness for us.
Cooper came back and said, if you guys remember, to Monster Cup, what was it, a year ago or whatever, in the All Stars class when Jet won and he was eating donuts on the podium. And
Yep.
Yeah, he goes, yeah, stop eating donuts, Rook, and maybe you'll win something or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep.
I find it hilarious. I mean, it's just kids. I mean, technically, Justin Cooper isn't even a kid anymore. He's in his early 20s, but
It's kids being kids, and it's fantastic.
yeah, I think I don't know. It just gives us more drama or whatever. I mean, I don't know if it's going to go anywhere, and maybe, who knows, maybe they'll just keep this beef going on. But I didn't find it funny, even though it's kind of his thing, is Jet kind of instigated the whole thing. Like, Justin Cooper had never really said
I'm okay with it.
Never really said anything about Jet Lawrence beforehand, but I don't know. I think it's a little ridiculous when somebody in the early 20s is talking smack to a 16-year-old, but then again, on the other end of the spectrum,
He's 17, bro.
yeah.
And
Jet,
he asked Justin Cooper, what were you doing when you were 17? Hashtag probably still in B class.
I don't know where he was.
I don't know either, nor do
but
I
I
care,
don't.
but it's
I don't
funny.
think. I don't think it really matters though, because I mean,
We are the winners in all of this.
Yeah, I think it's
all there is
funny.
to it because it's funny and it gives us something to talk about. So
but I mean, I don't know. I just, it's just fucking. It's funny and it's dumb in the same sense. It's kind of like, you know, I don't. Jet Lawrence really can't talk shit to Justin Cooper right now because he hasn't really done as much as Justin Cooper has.
I guess.
But I don't know. I think also on the other end, like Cooper kind of came back at him with some grammar shit. And I mean, because as much as I don't like Justin Cooper, like he actually went to college. Like, Jet Lawrence has been homeschooled his whole entire life, and who knows if he's even finished high school.
Jet Lawrence is way more cultured.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's smarter than Justin Cooper, though.
I mean,
He's lived all over the world, but the point is that I find it hilarious that Jet Lawrence is coming after Justin Cooper like that. But anyways, back to the racing at hand. Justin Cooper said that when he came here, he was confident. He figured this was where he was gonna do well.
Yes.
We know the controversy that him and AC got into it last year, the whole off-track excursion. And he backed it up. Like he said, hey, I'm coming here and I'm going to win. And he did. He looked good that second moto.
Sure did.
I mean, it's a little too late at this point because I don't even know where he's in points. Was he fourth?
I don't know.
But
I have no idea.
It kind of sucks as much as I don't like Justin Cooper that he couldn't do this earlier in the season.
That's what happens when you come in injured, bro.
Rounding into form, still I don't ever see him winning anything really. But
he's winning himself a 450 contract, I hear.
Yeah, wow.
Which is amazing for a guy that's only won a handful of races here.
But yeah, no, he had a good day. It's good. We keep getting more parity, and I really don't. I mean, what do you get at the first moto? What do you get? Second. So
yeah, to Dylan. So, which isn't really a surprise.
I mean,
Dylan went 1-3 for second.
Yeah,
pretty much wrapped this title.
Well, yeah. Jeremy, once again, that first moto, I don't know what he's doing at the beginning of these motos when he gets bad starts. Like
he's hanging out, bro.
Just floundering around for like 15 minutes,
out.
And then decides to pull the trigger like at the 25-minute mark, and it's like, dude, a little too late.
I feel like with Martin, it's somewhat of a Tomac-esque thing.
Yeah.
He's waiting for him to get tired, and it's not hot, and they're not getting tired.
Yeah.
So he can't outwork him.
Which is, like I said, it's so it's crazy because we've seen what J Mark can do when he's gotten starts this year. Like he's won the motos that he's gotten starts.
Yep.
But man, like I don't get the mentality there of like this is a different situation. The race is a lot cooler, so everything's tightened up. And it's like, dude, you got to pull the trigger early in the moto. Like you've been in the 250 class long enough. You're like how these kids think, and he just.
I don't know that he knows how to do that.
I don't know.
He may know to do that, but I don't know that he knows how to do that.
I don't know, man. Like, it sucks to see this title slip away from him because leaving Redbud, like, we all thought, hey, this is his title now, and it was kind of a role reversal with him. Like, his starts were pretty good up to that point, and then Dylan's were terrible, and then now it's been the opposite ever since Millville. Like, J-Mar's starts are terrible, and Frenchie, other than 2 motos, has gotten great starts.
He's finally using that Star Yamaha for what it's supposed to be used for.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, unless something crazy happens at Paula, the title's pretty much Frenchie's.
Yep.
It just kind of sucks because J-Mart had it right there, and he was proving that, hey, he came in and there was a reason why, he should have won the title, or was, one of the guys that could win this title, and he just let it slip away. I don't think it. Yeah, Frenchie's faster. He's even admitted it, but like J-Mart, this was his title leaving Redbud, and he let it slip away.
Floundered it away, man. Floundered it away. Speaking of J-Mart, 4-2 for third overall. Shane 3-5 for fourth overall.
So,
oh boy.
No, I just.
Gonna ask me a question.
Yeah, I guess you really like to shit on Shane, a lot.
Shit on Shane all the time.
You shit on Shane a lot, and I even shit on Shane.
It's called wet work.
I even shit on Shane because you made the comment about after he done so well at Loretta's, maybe turn to Lee, maybe turn to Stone. Maybe this is kind of where he is, and I was like, Shane's been pretty good this outdoor season, other than maybe 2 motos. He's been really good. He's been pretty much a top 5 guy. He won a moto at Redbud.
Quietly. Yes.
I think it's time to kind of. The talking of the 450 thing is a different conversation, but I think it's time that everybody kind of lays off Shane a little bit, because for the most part,
I think we're gonna shit on him for the rest of his life. To be really honest with
which
you.
is unfair because he really.
Shit.
It's really unfair because if you look at Shane's career, aside from never winning a championship, he's been a good, solid 250 rider.
Hasn't won a title.
But there's a lot of guys that have won titles.
Well, that's a thing too. But
I mean, we can't base everything off of what you do in your career just by if you don't win a title. There's a lot of guys that have never won titles.
yeah, but here's the problem. There's way too many guys that have won titles that are still riding.
That's not entirely true. It's not entirely
Define
true.
not entirely true.
Because there's a lot of guys that haven't won titles. If you look at over the years in the 250 class, most of the guys that win titles move to the 450 class right afterwards. And if we look at the last 10 years of 450 racing, and I was thinking about this, really there hasn't been a lot of guys that have won titles. It's pretty much been the same dudes every year.
Are you talking in the 250 class, or you're talking 450?
Well, no, I'm talking about as a whole. I'm talking about defining somebody's career as a whole of if they never win a title. Because pretty much almost every year, unless a guy comes back and defends, a new guy is going to win a 250 title. Other than this year in Supercross in both coasts. But for the most part, most guys that win 250 titles, yes, because they move up to the 450 class.
Yes.
But I'm talking about as a whole. If you go your entire career without winning a title, it shouldn't define you because a lot of guys have not won titles. If you look at the actual group of 250 guys right now, the only guys there that have won titles are J. Mark and Frenchie. That's it.
Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is, Shane gets paid a lot of money to win titles, and then doesn't win titles.
I completely disagree with it. He gets paid to win titles.
You don't think on TLD he was getting paid to win titles?
No, because I don't think TLD ever thought that they actually had the equipment to win titles. I think that he gets paid a lot of money, for sure.
Old move, Cotton.
For sure. I think he gets paid a lot of money. But I think people in his camp thought he was going to win a title. I don't know if up top TLD ever really thought that he was capable of winning a title. He's been close. But my point is with Shane is that I think it's unfair to keep criticizing him because he's never won a championship. Because like I said,
I don't think we have any choice. I think we have to, because he is now on the verge of moving to the 450 class without a title. Mm-hmm. And once you get into the 450 class, then the amount of titles are just astronomical.
Yes.
And so that's a problem.
I'm at the point now that I'm not.
Fucking Brock Tickle has a 250 title.
Yeah, but
fucking Brock Tickle.
We could talk about that. That 250 title it's kind of like a Dustin Bowman title.
I think Shane is in the same category as like Savachi.
No, I don't agree with that. Because Shane only has one time in his career ever actually been in the points for a championship. Joey pretty much his entire career after 2015.
The last 3 years after the first 2 or 3.
I'm talking about I'm talking towards the end. At the end of the season,
I guess.
I'm talking about the end of the season.
I feel like they're in the same boat, and
Shane also hasn't won as much as Joey did on 250s.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Joey has a lot more wins on 250s than Shane.
Are you 100%?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look this up.
Yeah, he's won a lot.
I feel like that's false.
Yeah, he's won a lot. I
feel like that's 100. I don't have to look that up.
Because you also, how many races has Shane won outdoors? How many? Just motos. Joey won more motos in 2016 than Shane won his entire.
Yeah, I guess. But
so
at the end of the day,
that's why I don't.
Have a title.
That's why I don't look at them in the same boat is because Joey accomplished a hell of a lot more. Because at least at the end of seasons, Joey was in the hunt. Shane was in the hunt up until this season was the only time he was ever actually in the points to get a title at the end of the season.
I just think those boys got a long, hard road to go down here.
Long road to hoe.
Long road to hoe. Road to hoe! Road to hoe!
This was a Jason Thomas, Steve Mathis. Is it road to hoe or hoe to?
I don't know. Long hoe to.
Point is that I'm gonna stop.
They're fucked in the 450 class.
I think he'll do just fine. Yeah, he's never gonna win a title. I think that he'll be fine.
I don't think he's gonna win a race.
Well, once again, we talk about a lot of people don't win races either.
I know. I'm just
Chase
saying.
Sexton still has yet to win a race.
I'm just saying, with no title and won't win races, at what point here is he going to start getting swept under the rug? I mean, just kind of like Savachi. Savachi's the same way.
I guess it all depends on how good his manager is.
I mean, I guess, but still, at some point you're going to run out of rides here because those factories are going to keep taking these people that have.
I mean, Freddie Jordan keeps getting rides.
He does, yes. You are correct. But that's what I'm saying. That's exactly the type of rides I'm saying that these guys are destined to be in for the rest of their lives.
I think for a lot of these guys, I think that as long as they have a team to be on and they're getting to the races, if they're put in a situation where they know they're never going to win a championship, I honestly don't think a lot of these guys care. I really don't.
Guess.
I think as long as they're getting paid and they're on a team.
Yeah, but as I continue to say, and we continue to go down this road, I mean, you look at how many dudes are moving up after this year? You got Frenchie's moving up, possibly J-Mar.
I fucked
Matt Orath.
Who else? J-Mar moving up. I don't think he's.
J-Mart is going wherever he can get a bike.
Yeah, which it's ridiculous that he doesn't have a ride for next year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think that's kind of it, to be honest with you.
So
I think there was a lot more guys that were supposed to move up.
Yeah.
But
But all I'm saying is a lot of these places, even like JGR and stuff, that have rides that are filled with people like Freddie Noren. Like at some point here, we're getting to the point where there's more guys with titles than what there is rides, and so these guys with the titles that are putting in results. I mean,
yeah, I mean that's
you're going to have either non-factory related teams or some hefty privateer efforts.
Well, we're going to see that. I think we're destined to see that because we're not going to get to the point where you see guys that have won races, even if they've never won a championship. You're not going to see guys that have won races and done all this and done all that without rides.
Can we put 40 bikes on a Supercross track?
No, but if you want to be honest, I don't see privateers racing Supercross for too much longer, in the 450 class at least.
Yeah, probably.
I don't see that happening. And like I said, if it gets down to the point, a lot of these top guys, if they can't get rides, are going to have to rethink how they want to do business and how much money they want to ask for. Mm-hmm. And you just won't see privateers getting rides anymore. The rides that Alex Ray, this SGB Kawasaki team, the ride that Alex Ray and Jeremy Smith and Justin Rodbell have, and the Hep Suzuki team, now Max Anstey's different, but Adam Enticknap and whoever else was on that team and shit like that, those guys just won't have rides anymore, and that's where some of these top guys will end up. Because if you want to talk about Shane, where if he may not have a ride on a factory team, if you're a team like Hep Suzuki, who am I going to take? Shane McElrath or Adam Enticknap? Mm-hmm. I'm going to take Shane McElrath. So you just won't see privateers get rides anymore.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to come down to.
All right, so we got way off topic there. Let's continue down our list here. So Hunter Lawrence, 5'4" for 5th overall. Hunter Lawrence sighting.
Remember how I told you guys not to hit that panic button at the beginning of the year?
Dude, there was a lot of motos to hit that panic button.
And didn't I say don't hit the panic button?
Not yet.
No.
5'4" still not great. And
still not great. He's not 100%.
I mean, he's 90.
Doesn't mean he's 100%.
He said on the post race, he's 90.
Okay. And he went to a track that we know that bike is way down on power.
Yeah. So that was a great ride, but I don't know. I mean,
he beat Jet.
He did beat Jet.
So
Golden Jet.
So like how? So wait a minute. How is 5'4" not a good ride?
Jet. I mean, it's okay, and it's good for him for this year, but
what? Okay, so like, what is your version of a good ride then? Because like, I don't understand that. Like, how is 5'4"
the hype on that guy? He should be podium.
But he's not 100%. 90% and 100% is still a big difference, especially.
Dylan doesn't even know where the fuck he's at. He's hit his head so many times this year, and he's out there winning races, bro. So.
Well, Hunter Lawrence isn't Dylan Ferrandis.
I'm just saying.
I don't agree with how 5'4" isn't a good ride. Like, I don't agree with that.
I feel like it wasn't great.
How?
I was good for this year.
So what is he supposed to be doing then?
According to you, winning.
Yeah, I believe that if he was 100%, that he would be winning.
He should be going 18-0.
If he was 100%, he would have been right there with J. Martin Frenchie.
All right, sure.
Because he was last year. Well, not J. Martin, because obviously he wasn't there. But
here's the thing: the only reason he's going to have a Honda ride next year is because of his brother.
No, I completely disagree with that.
100%.
Completely disagree with that.
100%.
Completely.
I've heard it in multiple places from multiple different people who are not associated with each other in the industry who say the only reason he's going to have a Honda ride next year is because of his brother.
And they can all say that, and that's fine.
Why do you not think that?
Because the kid has proven a million different times that when he has been healthy, how good he is. Last year, he won motos. Has Jet won a moto yet? Didn't think so. Jet has not won a moto yet.
17.
It doesn't. And Hunter's 20. He was 19 last year. What's your point? Hunter and Jet had the same experience, except the only difference is when Hunter came over here, he had never been to America. Jet literally had a year to adapt to the culture over here in the A classes, racing as an amateur. You know what Hunter did? Hunter went from racing in Australia, rode the EMX series, killed it in the EMX series, went to the MX2 class as a 16 and 17-year-old kid, and then came over here.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, all this talk about how Jet is and this and that.
Has rode 3 Supercrosses and been irrelevant he's been
Who's
hurt.
been irrelevant? What?
Fucking Hunter.
Yeah, okay.
He has no clout anymore. He had clout when he came over. I will totally give you that. He had hype, he had clout, he had everything. He was the reason they got into Geico. Now the only reason they're going to stay there is because of his brother.
I still think it's a lot of
I'm here to tell you right now, if Jet was not in the picture, Hunter would not be on Honda next year.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
Hunter would probably
not
have a... Well, I don't want to say not have a ride.
You are going to go 5'4". You want a top 10 guy and not have two
Jeremy Martin doesn't have a ride.
Jeremy Martin
doesn't
have a ride because Geico has so many young kids that they have to deal with, and they look at him as being.
They're not dealing with any of the young kids.
That's my point. Yeah, they're all out because they're losing Geico. I'm saying that if Geico was still there, I still don't see Jeremy being on that team because I think there's a lot more going on with that team with J Mart and upper management. I think that J Mart, honestly, him and Ziggy have fallen out. I don't think that team. I completely believe that if Geico still was staying with that team, J Mart still wouldn't be on that team next year. I just don't agree with that. Hunter wouldn't have a ride. Hunter wouldn't be on the Honda. All this with Jet. We have a small sample size of how good Jet is. And yes, he has been very, very impressive. But how many times have we seen all these fucking kids come in?
He's the golden jet, bro.
And he still has yet to win one thing.
Doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
He's got the clout.
And what happens if he goes out next year and he's just average?
Well,
He's just
then
average.
that's fine.
And then it goes away.
He's got that contract, bro.
But it goes away
for
though.
next year.
If he goes out next year and he's just another guy, it goes away.
If that's the case, and he's just like another guy, and this clout starts.
You know why? Because I think that Ty Masterpool, when Ty Masterpool's 100%, he's gonna be putting the beat down on Jet Lawrence.
Maybe, yeah, that could be. Too.
And then all that. See, this is
here's the thing. Ty Masterpool is not marketable.
When you go on, if you go on and win races, doesn't matter how you look at it, you are marketable.
If he wins, yes. However, what I'm saying is, if he does not perform like that, which performance meaning he's got to be, especially Supercross, probably top 5 outdoors. He needs to be on the box.
I don't see the top 5 thing. Outdoors, yes.
He is not marketable. I've heard his interviews. His interviews are not great.
I'll tell you this.
Jet is fantastic in that arena.
I'll tell you this.
Hunter's good too, but here's what I'm telling you. Hunter hasn't had the performance to demand anything at this point. He's been here now for 2 years, and he's raced 3 Supercross races, which went kind of like.
And he already has wins though. He already has Moto wins, but Jet does not have. Jet does not have. He doesn't even have a podium yet.
He does. Yeah, that is correct. He has a few Moto wins, but the problem is he's been so irrelevant the other 95% of the time that it doesn't bode well for bringing back that contract money year in, year out.
See, this is the one thing that you and me will always disagree on. I go off results and you go off of marketing, which obviously it's a big thing. But once again, if you go out and win races, it doesn't fucking matter how non-marketable you are.
This is the old school versus the new school thing. We're going to always argue over
We are.
and that's okay.
We are, but results get it done. Plain and simple. Because if that was, you know why? You know why? Okay, here's a question for you then. And once again, we're getting kind of way off topic. Why does Blake Baggett keep getting rides? Blake Baggett's not marketable.
He's not marketable.
Why does he keep getting rides? Because the times that he is on it, he goes out and gets wins.
Well, no, he has a good relationship with Forrest Butler.
But before that, he kept getting rides. On that Rockstar Suzuki, his first couple years in the 450 class, he was absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. He was irrelevant, barely got top 5s in Supercross.
That was before my time.
That's my point.
That's why I'm like blanking on that.
That's my point. We will always disagree on that, and that's fine. That's just the way of looking at it. But I'm here to tell you that if you go out and get wins or you speed, people see speed, you will always continue to get rides. If you don't get wins and you're shitty when it comes to making contracts and dealing with different people, Garrett Marchbanks, and we can talk about that if you want to, is a perfect example of that. His manager screwed him. Apparently he wanted these weird demands, but he's still out and won a race, and now he's got a ride.
Yep.
So I just completely disagree because, I'm not saying this because I think that Jet is going to be the next big thing. If he goes out next year and he's just another guy.
But are we talking about 2 different kinds of rides too? Because that Club MX ride is completely different than a factory connection.
No, but he's still getting to the races and he's still getting paid.
Which is okay. So there's the thing I don't want to get confused on. I'm not saying Hunter would have no ride. I'm not saying he would be outcast. I'm just saying that if Jet's not in the picture, Hunter is not back at Honda next year.
Yeah, see, I still
because the only 2 people that are going back to Honda as of right now with no Geico money is Hunter and Jet.
See, and they say that, but we'll see about that because who are they going to go race? They aren't just going racing with 2 guys. That's the thing. They say that now, and I don't, like I said, I don't.
That's a lot of money they got to come up with.
I know that.
Where are they going to come up with?
I completely understand that.
In its short time frame.
I completely understand that, but they say that now. Now Carson Mumford, I know he's out. I was hearing that a while ago. I hear he was one
hour and a half later.
Dude.
Are you gonna get in here? We're talking.
Yeah, come on.
I gotta take a piss.
Okay.
Go pee then. Don't come
go
in.
pee.
You can't pee in here. Go pee.
Carson Mumford, I was hearing that he was pretty much done after a year. The only reason they kept him on is because he had the Geico ride coming up through the ranks. Mm-hmm. But like Joe Schmoda, Joe Schmodo's done enough this year to keep his ride.
He's making a case to have a ride
Yes.
somewhere, but
Joe
where,
Schmodo-
I don't know.
But see, that's the thing. Unless Honda finds no money, which I find absolutely ridiculous because Ziggy has been doing this way too freaking long, there's no way you're going to sit there and tell me that they're going to go racing with just the Lawrence brothers.
I'm just saying, as of the day we're recording this,
Yes.
the 5th of October on a Monday, there is not talk out there of, the only talk is the Lawrence brothers staying at Honda.
Yep.
There's no talk of them getting money from anywhere else at this point. There is no even rumblings. And you know if there was rumblings, we would have heard about it.
I'm
through
just
the grapevine
saying.
somewhere. And J-Mart is a possible third guy.
Well,
but it's
I've heard gas.
very...
I heard gas.
I mean, I heard that too, so...
I see him go. My point is that that's what it is going right now, but I guarantee by whatever our first round date is, Honda's going racing with more than just
Let's
one
bring in our
horse.
third member of the team here.
Oh,
so
I'm
this
back,
Is the
I'm
argument.
back.
This is the argument.
I had to
we're
go
having.
deal with my real
Can you
job.
put that channel in?
This is the argument we're having here.
Hang on, yeah, where are we at right now?
I'm telling him the only reason Hunter is
And he
back
just said a
on,
5.4 day.
is back on Honda next year is because of Jet.
And he said 5.4 was just an okay day. He says he wasn't impressed.
What place did Jet get?
6, right behind him.
Did he? Well, they were battling it out, and Hunter was the big dog.
See ya.
I'm just saying, the only reason that Hunter has a ride at Honda next year is because of Jet.
He believes that if Jet wasn't here, Hunter wouldn't have a Honda ride. And I say that's crap.
I think he would have some kind of ride.
I still think he'd be on that Honda.
From Honda?
I'm saying though that if Geico was still there, if Geico was still the sponsor,
So what you're saying is we're talking about two different things. Because I'm saying everything's the way it is right now, okay? Geico's leaving, Honda doesn't know where they're getting money. The team is basically disbanding and they're figuring out
well,
who
no,
they're
no,
keeping
because of Jet.
at
Yeah.
any point.
Whatever they figure out, those two are going to be there.
Yeah,
I think.
But you're saying that if that was all happening and Jet wasn't here, he wouldn't have a ride?
Yeah.
Well,
he would be off of the Honda
No,
team.
I think
he may have something like
both
a
of the Lawrence
club like
boys would be fine with Honda because there are no sponsorships right now, right?
Yeah.
And those two have the ability with their agent to bring sponsors with them.
Okay.
So that's why I think they will both be on Honda.
Oh, okay.
So what are you trying to say?
I'm just trying to say that Hunter's performance has been subpar at best, and the only reason he's going to get to stay at Honda at this point with the sponsorship loss and everything is because Jet's there.
see, me and him disagree with that because
And I was on your page for a while this season. You know, I had my button out. I
oh,
getting
he was
ready
like,
to press it.
right.
I was right here.
right
my
there.
fingernail,
Not touching it. Not touching it.
Yep, my fingernail was on it.
It was
My
caressing
fingernail
the
was
top.
on it.
Just
But after the last 3 weeks, that's the guy we're supposed to see, and he's still on an upward trend.
It has been a lot better, yes.
So
I'm just saying, but is it a case of too little, too late? As far as I mean, this
As
is all
long as he-
hypothetical.
the only thing that worries me about him is his fragility right now. He's fragile.
yes.
And they've both been kind of fragile right now, honestly.
yeah, see, that's the thing is, as much as I like Jet, we still don't know if he can make it through a whole Supercross season.
Exactly. So
Because he still crashes a lot. Let's be real.
Yeah.
He does crash a lot.
And if Hunter keeps going back on the upward trend that he's on, again, I think he's a top 3 guy.
The problem is, I think he has real troubles next year. If he doesn't put in almost a whole Supercross season without getting hurt, he has real troubles after next year.
Yes, I agree. That
I
I
agree with that. He's got to get through a Supercross.
But see, that's the thing though too. We still don't know what he's like at 100% Supercross.
We don't.
We don't know.
But that's
Maybe
because-
he is better than
But
Jet.
even at the end of the year last year, he was putting top 5s in on Supercross
Yeah, I mean, he
with
was
not a
able-
lot of Supercross time.
Yeah.
So
And we all heard it. Like, and I even went back and watched one of our videos. You even mentioned a comment. There was a lot of word at the test track that when Hunter was 100%, he was faster than Jet at Supercross.
Yeah.
He just couldn't. So that's the thing. I completely agree with that. If he struggles next year in Supercross and then goes into outdoors but is okay, or he's still top 3, yes, it's going to be very, very hard. But we don't know. Maybe Hunter comes in and he finally gets to a Supercross season, and maybe he puts the beat down on Jet because we all heard it. How fast he was at Supercross. We all heard that he was the fastest guy at the Geico track.
Which again, if he does, then I'm eating crow, and that's totally fine because
do
then
a lot of crow
then he's showing, showing something. Up to this point, I don't feel like he showed a whole lot. He's won a few motos and outdoors, yes, but we've seen that again and again. How many random people have won an outdoor moto? We've seen that. Supercross, he came in for a few rounds here at the end of the year and put in some top 5s. And okay, that's fine, that's great. But again, how many random 250 guys have we seen put in fucking top 5 rides over the years since we've been in the sport?
I think that we agree.
So,
I think we
He's been
agree
kind
on.
of consistent.
I think we agree on most of it. We just there's that fine line where you and me disagree a little.
I'm not saying he's a terrible rider. I'm saying in the environment we're in, with lack of sponsorship for the team that he's on, the uncertainty of the team that he's on going forward, and basically the state of the industry at this point of pro racing here in the States, which is there's way more dudes than there are fucking rides.
Mm-hmm.
With what he's doing at this specific point is not quite enough to continue
Here's a great thing
this
for Hunter.
forever. Like,
Here's a great thing for Hunter. If it doesn't work out over here, he always can go over back over
Yeah.
the
Back
GPs,
over
and
there.
he has a ride. There's
Yep.
multiple people that wish he would have never left.
yep.
So
100%.
even for him, he's in a situation where a lot of guys aren't. Where if this just his whole entire experience over here goes to shit, he can go over to
Let
GPs
me
and
ask
get a
you
phone
this:
call.
if he goes through Supercross next year, gets hurt, doesn't really do anything, does he end up in the GPs the year after?
I think it depends on how his outdoor season goes, but I think that if he has another struggling year where he's hurt a
If
lot,
he's looking for somewhere to go here, that's the option he has.
yeah, they'll just go back over to the GPs. And Jet will stay over here because I feel like, not that Hunter doesn't like the American culture, but I feel like Jet
That
is
fits
taking
right into
yeah,
it,
he
yeah.
does,
Yeah.
especially living in they live in California and Florida.
So, sorry, I don't mean to cut you guys off. I'm trying to figure out where we're at in this conversation here. Have we touched on any racing talk?
We talked a little bit about the Cooper. The Cooper.
Okay.
Yeah, no, not really.
Let's just go here because we're
Because
way off
I don't
and
know.
we've been
Yeah,
filming
have
for
you
a
been
while.
off the rails? Have you talked
Oh, we've been
about
off
we've
the
been
rails
way
the
off the
whole
rails.
entire
Have we
time.
been talking about
Is
the
there-
dog on the podium?
Yeah, we went off the rails with that.
We
a little
did.
bit.
We talked about that a little bit. Was there anything racing wise that anyone wants to talk about before we get off the rails on more racing?
I want to talk about GL or Wygan or whatever, talking about it's okay if Arenas gets a 10th place start.
Yeah, I don't agree with
I
that.
think it was.
I don't
GL.
agree with that either because right after he said that, he eats shit because he got a 10th place start because
Yep.
two dudes were battling. So there you go. There was a perfect example. So Wygan, who said it? Was it GL or
I think
I
it
Wygan?
was
think GL said it.
I think
All right,
it
so
was.
GL, like
we were
Travis.
actually
Well-
having an argument about this
well-
earlier.
So GL, like Travis.
All right.
We're back.
Let's keep
All right.
going here. Sorry,
So-
camera, shut off. We've been filming too long.
All right, let's talk about some racing for a second then.
Okay.
I have 3 things that I want to talk about.
Okay, great. Go
Yes.
ahead.
RJ Hampshire's crash.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either.
Was it gnarly?
We're terrible.
Okay,
at
so
our
like
jobs.
you know when you come back up the hill where you hit kind of like that staircase section,
Yeah.
and the step up, and then those like 2 rollers
Like
to
you
the
could
left
triple in
hander.
if you want.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the place where AC
where-
got wild. Too,
Yeah,
and
well,
Marsha.
RJ came into it and he pivoted too early when he was dropping into the rut, but he landed with the front end leaning left, and then the back end just skipped out on him, and he just fucking proceeded to hit the ground.
This is who he is.
I feel so bad for that dude because finally he was up. Well, WW hit the ground too. He was getting through a year,
He's been hitting the
He was
ground all
getting-
year.
but he's been top 5
He
in
got
points.
he got through a season on the Geico.
Yeah, he was getting through an outdoor season without like completely having to miss races.
But I do want to touch on the hype he had. Everybody thought he was going to be winning.
Well,
This
had
is
the
who he
speed-
is.
Yes, but in all fairness, though, he has had the speed to win.
Yeah.
In all
I can't argue
fairness,
that.
he won
He's
a moto,
faster.
right?
yeah, he won. Well,
He
yeah.
did win Red Bud, didn't he? Overall.
No, yeah, he won the overall Red Bud.
Yeah.
McElrath won the moto because fucking he hit the water truck lane on Launchpad 5 different times. And then he won the Loretta's Mud Moto. He won the first moto.
Okay, so he's
So, but I'm saying as far as speed, he's been up there. He's ran up front. Well, dude, look how long he ran up front at WW the first moto before Frenchie got him. My point is I feel so bad for that dude because he finally is getting through an outdoor season, not missing motos, and then the last 2 weekends,
I feel like there's too much pressure on him to perform.
which is weird because everybody said him going to Rockstar that pressure was going to go away.
I don't think so.
Well, now he's going to miss Paula.
He's supposed to be the guy.
He's out for,
Supercross the same
What did he
thing.
hurt? I don't even know.
I think it was his
Supercross
wrist,
same way, dude.
maybe.
He got hurt in Supercross.
Well, he's no a shoulder. I'm sorry.
Or he started Supercross hurt.
He's out for Paula though. Styles is not racing. Jalik Swoll is done. And Jason Anderson, Dean Wilson. So Zach Osborne is going to be the only Husky guy.
Yeah,
And
but it's
Paula.
going to be okay because he's bringing home a
I was
title.
gonna say it doesn't matter because we're bringing home that number
All
one
right,
play,
so
baby.
we still got another thing. And my other 2 points are
Yes.
I made the comment in the fantasy talk. The star rookies, Jarrett Fry and Nate Thrasher.
So you think this is finally a batch of rookies that have what it takes?
I think that Jarrett Fry's gonna be really good, but I think Nate Thrasher is the real fucking deal. And you know why I say that? Because you're talking about a kid that literally, this is the first time he's raced since Loretta's B class. He never raced an A race. Mm-hmm. He's not raced an A race. He's not, I know that he's doing motos with Cooper and Jarrett Fry, and he was doing motos with Levi Kitchen, and all those boys are friends with Christian Craig, especially because he's gonna be on the team next year. But he hasn't been doing like 35-minute motos like the entire year. This is legit B-class, Dungey style to pro.
11-16 for 13th overall on his first race.
But look where he was at though before he hit the ground. When he was inside the top 10 that second moto before he hit the ground.
Yeah, sure.
And his lap times are good in practice. And this kid is young. I think he's legit.
You think he's
16.
gonna be legit?
I think he's going to be legit. I don't know what his Supercross skills are like.
I hope,
outdoors.
man, because we've had a couple years that obviously rookies
It's been since
have just been, oh my
the Fortner
Lord.
Sexton is the last year we really had guys.
Yeah, so now I'm really looking forward to, so you're going to have Jet going at it, you're going to have Masterpool going
Tom
at it.
Masterpool, yep, because he never really
And
raced.
Jet, I don't know if the fake beef or if that was real beef or what it was. But if he's going to run his mouth like that, it's going to be awesome.
Especially because we saw with Cooper and
Best
Fortner.
ever for
We
him.
saw Cooper and Fortner that Cooper's not afraid to. Well, I had Sexton last year. He tried taking people out. So if they got a legit beef, yeah.
Yeah, Hunter Lawrence, and then Hunter ain't afraid to
Yeah.
take Fortner
But
out either. So.
if you're talking about the young guns with Jet and Masterpool, and then if Fry and Thrasher, and then Max Volan's going to be in there because he's already riding
But
Supercross.
these guys in Supercross, are they going to have the skills to pay the bills next to like an A-Mark?
I don't know how. Like I said, I don't know about Nate Thrasher because I've never even seen him.
Amar's retiring, dude.
No, he's not. I
gonna
hope
go
both
for
of the
the
Martin
third.
boys end up on Suzuki's.
If he doesn't ever ride next year, he's retiring. He's not doing it on his own. He said that.
I think he's never. I think
He said he's not doing it on his own.
JGR
He's going to have a ride.
JGR just secured that casino money. I think he's gonna have a
He's
ride.
gonna have a ride.
I still get it.
Confirmed? Were you like standing there when they signed it or what?
No, dude, they even said it like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was on. I don't know if it was on. both
I think
sides.
he'll have support. He's top 3 outdoors right now.
Yeah, but anyways, back to my point. I don't know about Nate Thrasher. Like, I know that he's ridden the MTF track a lot because that's where he's trained. But Jarrett Fry, I think Jarrett Fry, especially with his stature, how big he is, I think he's gonna be good in the whoops.
I don't know a lot about these guys.
Yeah.
This dude over here knows every kid's stats from the time they're on 50s.
Because I've watched him for a long time. I've watched him at the track.
we
seen
gotta
him
get
grow
you a
up.
hobby.
Do you have an Instagram?
No, I don't do Instagram.
How do you find
Then why
all
do
this
you
shit
get on
if you don't
Instagram?
know Instagram?
Because you can even get on Instagram without having an Instagram. You can watch videos and all that
You
shit.
creep on me?
No, I don't
No.
even know your Instagram handle. Dude, I work and I come home. I don't have a hobby. That's
We
it.
gotta find him a real hobby
I don't have hobbies.
instead of following these kids around.
I don't follow these kids around.
We should just start a giant e-commerce online business and let Justin run it.
Sure.
Anyways,
Sounds good.
back to the
Anyway.
point.
Anybody got anything else about 250s? Because we've been way off the rails on a bunch of different stuff. We're now over like a 35-minute segment here, and yeah,
People are gonna be pissed maybe?
I don't know.
No.
It's just a
They
pop.
love us, the people
First
love us.
off, this is our show. We can talk about whatever the fuck we want. Okay?
That's very true.
So
It was in the confines of 250 talk.
Can we
Yeah.
talk about Heartcraft and Hunter for a second?
that was pretty cool.
Hang on, so moving forward, let's just do 250 talk, not 250 race talk, so people don't
When you
bitch
say
about it.
race talk, when you say 250s,
Just 250 talk.
we're just over here covering
250
250s.
talk and then 450 talk.
Oh, hey, by the way, Moran's had bike issues that second moto. That's why he pulled out.
I didn't even.
First time in 3 years.
Did he pull out?
Yeah.
He's got a lot of kids running around.
So he doesn't have any children.
Yes.
No, he's like 21.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever, man. It's like,
You got illegitimate kids running around too?
absolutely not.
Oh, that's cool. Anyways, what was your point on this? Oh, you were just making a comment about no
You
racing
know,
talk.
I was
It's 250 talk and 450 talk. Did you guys talk about Marchbanks or no?
texted. Yeah.
Oh, you
March
made a
Banks.
comment, yeah.
We
I think it was-
touched on it.
I think
God,
it's,
he pissed somebody off.
it's a good team, but yeah, it's definitely a
He
demotion.
must have pissed
His-
somebody
I mean,
off.
his career
But I
is
did see a
done.
monster.
You
claw.
think so already?
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
I did see a monster claw on the front of that bike he was riding. So
Unless
I don't
he-
know if Monster's moving some money over.
maybe.
Unless he literally has ditched the whatever manager he had. If he's ditched the manager he
I
had,
still think you can be top five.
I think he's got monster money coming with
Maybe
him,
he can
and it's
rebuild
going to
it.
be in there. And that Club Redemption team is slowly working their way.
That bike's good.
that Club
Yeah.
Redemption team is.
They're slowly
solid.
working their way into a really good, like an MCR style
Well-
team. And if they got Josh Hill and Garrett Marchbanks with a monster claw,
Well, then they still have as much as I'm not going to say this.
I think they got
don't
monster.
I'm not going to say I don't like this person because of this Michigan kid. But Crown was really good until he got hurt last year on that team.
yep.
And then Osby can still, he makes Supercross.
You don't like
paintings.
Crown?
I didn't say I don't like Crown.
I
We're
don't
not
like
gonna
Because
say
he
that.
comes to Ziegler sometimes.
We're not gonna
to
say that
ride,
on
so
the
when I
show.
see him, I'm gonna be like,
We're not
yo,
gonna say
my
that.
boy.
Hey, Justin Hartzell doesn't like you, and he's gonna go who?
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
I don't know. I really talk a lot. His dad.
But he hits the ground a lot.
Yeah, he does. He was riding good.
Yeah, he does.
He was riding good that second one. He was running
Yes.
13th.
They hit the ground.
Oh, all right. Well, we
I
won't
know.
be negative about shit.
Anyway.
Fine.
Okay, that's cool.
Anyway, anything else? Now that we're at 45 minutes on 250 stuff.
I mean, if I'm a privateer, I'm going Yamaha, boys.
Everybody is pretty much at this point.
No, I'm buying a Honda still.
No, that's a dumb idea. I'm a
It's
Honda
not
guy.
100% on.
Yeah, whatever. I'm
so
going
much
to
better.
All right, cool. We're gonna
That's
take
a
a
good bike too.
we're gonna take another quick break. We'll come back 450s,
Other than don't have a
and
GP.
then we'll be out of here. Okay, 450s here. So we have a Tomac sighting.
Oh man, and we even talked about the group text. I did
Yes,
not like
I
Eli.
wanna watch the second moto still, but I heard it was an old Tomac sighting,
Mm-hmm.
and I for once agreed with Justin in the chat.
Did you say for once you agreed with me? Or?
No, we agreed quite a bit.
I was about to say that's rude.
All right, go ahead.
It was amazing. It was good, dude. He was on those first 10 minutes.
He was on.
Was in that roller section to like that little triple when you come back up, dude. Fucking.
You had something figured out there.
Wow, he was the only one that was really getting over that triple clean every lap.
Yeah.
But the momentum that he had when he was pushing into those first 3 rollers, dude, I thought he was about to blow his forks out.
Everybody watch him go through that corner. Well, you haven't watched second motor yet. Watch him go through that corner
After
where
the
he blew
mechanics
his,
area?
where he blew his shoulder out before, and just think, oh god.
Oh, the
Not
downhill
again.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, by the way,
when I saw him going through that, I was like, oh my god, he's got to be just thinking about demons or
By the
thinking,
way,
thinking
that-
about stew.
that section is so much steeper than it is on TV.
Yeah.
Like, it is
Is it?
insane.
Huh.
Yeah, that section's gnarly. Like, because like I said, you're leaning in, you're under load, under braking, you're trying not to push out, but then you're trying not to lean in too much, and then your just back end's kind of bouncing around. But yeah, that second moto, those first 10 minutes, that was nuts. I mean, and even the end of the second moto when he went like, I think it was 209 at like the 20-minute mark or whatever, and everybody else was running like 212s or some shit. I don't know what it was, but
That I'm gonna give him the tip of the cap to the elevation training.
oh, for sure. But it was a final Eli. I don't know why all of a sudden he decided to wait till the last or second to last race of the year.
I
to
guess
do this.
he just needed one good race.
Or maybe he was just getting sick and tired of like
people
just,
talking shit.
Yeah, I know, right?
Just bored.
Just
Like, I
wasn't
gotta
bored.
win one.
I gotta do something.
I gotta do
But-
something.
God, yeah, my
The-
wife wants a new car.
He tried to.
Oh, like he doesn't have the money to
he
fucking
tried
buy
to
a
let
car.
him catch up too because he had his clutch
Yeah.
issue.
Did anybody say what was going on with that?
What I heard was there was
Smoking on
dirt,
the
dirt caught.
He just
Sorry, man.
bleeped.
Oh, there was dirt caught in the clutch something.
Oh, for the master cylinder?
Maybe, I don't know. And he was trying to get that
Jesus,
out. That's what he was
dude.
fucking around with.
Yeah, him and clutches, man. He needs to get like a fucking automatic clutch. or some
Yeah.
shit.
Get off of Kawasaki.
Can we get a recluse in there?
They should just
What bike would he be good on, do you think?
I think he should have never got off the Honda. To be
You
honest
think
with
he'd be
you.
good on the
Oh,
Honda?
God.
Or he was winning races by 30 seconds to a minute on the Honda.
Or a minute and 20 if you
Yeah.
count Midtown.
So
I mean, everybody's
yeah.
better on
He
the
did.
Honda.
He did look really good.
Life is better on a Honda.
Yeah, but, you know,
Remember
we
that.
said that at the
fucking
exact
bull
same
pack.
time.
Wait till you see them boys on the gas.
Yeah,
Oh,
those
God.
would be good fucking. It's still red.
It's still red.
It's still red.
So I feel like
Um,
I'm still winning in a way.
Dungy on a Honda, boys.
But how about, okay, so that right hander, after you come back across the mechanics area, that little
Yeah.
roller, like everybody was dropping to that rut and then lifting the front, but he was manualing over that so he didn't get any lift.
Like some mountain bike shit.
yeah, like every time he did that, I'm just like, well, this is just Eli's day today.
This is Tomac doing
Because everybody would drop into that rut and then the back end would squat and then they kind of cross rut and he was just dropping in and using it as leverage and I'm like, yep, no, Eli's definitely
when
one of this
he's on
moment.
and shit like that. That's when I like watching it.
Yeah, as much as I don't like it, I don't like him or his fans. When he
Yeah.
rides like that, like, if
Or his fans, is that like a target at Matt?
it's targeted a lot of people.
No, that's a Matt target.
Yeah, it is.
Somebody's gonna punch you in
For
the face
sure.
one day when we're at a race, and I'm just gonna laugh.
Whatever, I'll punch
They're
him in
gonna
the
be like,
throat.
"Tomac
Nobody's
for life,
punched Steve
bitches."
Mathis in the face yet, so I think
That's
we're alright.
amazing. Speaking of that, have you guys seen how much weight he's lost?
No.
Yeah, that's why we're getting on e-bikes.
Like, dude, it's insane. I
E-bike.
saw him on the.
I want to know how much
weight
he
show.
weighed though before that.
He
A
talked
lot.
about it. He talked about it on
Yeah.
the show. He said
I don't
the
remember
Finding
exact
Stu
numbers.
video. He watched it. He was like,
Yeah.
"Wow, I'm a fat ass." So he
Yeah.
started mountain biking every day.
Which makes me wonder, like I said, how much he weighed then because even though all the weight he's lost, he's still big.
He said he was like 2 something. 2.
I was thinking over 3.
I was gonna say,
I think he's that big.
I
He's
don't,
a big
I don't know.
dude.
It was
Oh,
big.
let's
and he's
let's
real
debate
skinny now.
Steve's weight.
Yeah, I don't want
Let's
to
get
do that.
anyway.
Anyways.
Back to the 450. So second overall, AC 1-3.
So, Question.
He's making a case for #1 Kawasaki rider.
I just
God,
want
that is not where I was going.
I remember watching the race and saying, "Damn, he looks really good on that bike. The way he's soaking everything up with his legs." And,
Yep.
But also there were a lot of wow, he should have went down moments.
Kind of like every time I watch Zacho ride.
Kind of. AC did it a little more this time. Tucking the front wheel down that big long hill. The crazy save that we saw.
Yep.
And then there was another one that I saw from a different angle that nobody got on TV.
Well, the second moto, he had a lot more of those moments too.
Yeah.
Yes.
I gotta go home. And watch the second
So,
moto.
question for you.
Yeah.
Did you like have like a that moment when AC was pushing down the hill and almost fucking T-boned your boy and sent him into the fucking different
I was
stratosphere?
like, oh, this is gonna get interesting quick.
We about sent.
Zacho.
Uh-huh.
He about said,
Oh,
hey,
he missed a
Bo,
lot in that
See, I
second
did
moto.
see a interview on the way here today where
Yeah.
he's like, "I'm not gonna get bullied,"
Yeah.
or something like that.
I'm just
It
saying.
wasn't really.
But he wasn't. He
but-
said, "I wasn't trying to."
Yeah.
No, yeah, we all knew that. I'm just saying though, like if he wouldn't have checked up as hard as he did, he would have
Uh-huh.
sent them both into another stratosphere.
Yeah.
Because that hill drops down a lot after the berm.
Yeah. Well, that was really a stupid move. I mean, even me being as big of a AC homer as I am, I was like, that was stupid.
Well, especially
What
with as
were
much
you doing?
momentum as you're carrying down that
Yeah.
hill.
Was this the one coming down like the
That
baggage?
little, yeah, with that little roller, like Tomac was doubling down it into the left-handed sweeper.
Yeah, before that sick dragon back.
Yeah, let's just say AC tried to cut the front wheel off and he just wasn't.
Had he
So
not
kind of
checked
like a
up,
Marshawn Marr kind of deal.
Yeah, pretty much.
Had he not checked up, he was just gonna have to use.
It was
that as a berm.
yeah, it was the same corner that Hunter got heart trapped.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was watching that and I was, ooh, I was like, that's not gonna be good if he
No.
if he gets to the apex of the corner
Zach
before
would
his,
kill him.
I think they both would have been probably.
Zach's hurt.
Yeah, they both would.
Zach is hurt.
Oh, he is.
His foot's fucked up. His foot got hit or something. I don't remember if it was first or second moto. But yeah, he said on the podium, he's got a pretty, I think it was the first moto because he got it worked on between motos. And then when the second moto was over, he literally rode to the tent, got off his bike, patted Tomac on the back, sat down, took his fucking boot off. Didn't even have it strapped up when he went up on the podium to do his podium interview. And like I said, made a comment about it. So his foot's jacked up right now.
Oh, then he'll ride around in the ninth at Paul.
And still get a title.
That's all right. Whatever we gotta do. Whatever we gotta do to bring it home, man.
I mean, you can call me a pussy, but if I'm in that situation and all I got to do is get a top 10,
Yep.
I'm fucking cruising.
Well, I mean, even if AC wins, which I don't see happening, how many points is he up still?
24. He's got a whole moto.
Yeah, so he's fine.
I'm cruising, dude.
I'll just
100%.
get a point.
Yeah.
I'll just get one fucking point.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah, you can race the whole moto with a flat tire, Brian. Just
Although, if they do to Paula with some of the booters that they've talked about, I don't know.
Hey, so let me ask you this question because we were arguing about this while you were gone.
hang on, this thought just popped in my head
Oh.
talking about booters.
Yeah.
You see Ferrandis' Oppo?
No.
Oh, when he did like the little turn down whip? Yeah,
That's an
Kenny
Oppo,
style.
That's young Oppo
Yeah.
style.
Yeah, okay.
He doesn't know what an
You-
Oppo is. He's
You were,
not on
doing,
Instagram.
you were doing that, trying to do that at Bucks a couple years ago.
Trying.
Yeah, keyword try.
Huh?
What?
I shouldn't try?
I didn't say that.
Bro,
I'm just
Max
saying-
is gonna throw Oppos.
Who?
Max.
Who?
Max?
Yeah.
Like Video Max?
Yeah.
No disrespect,
Max
Max,
Nagel?
but I don't see you throwing
He
out.
talked to Axel Hodges. Axel told him how to do it. He's gonna do it, so he told me.
Doesn't matter.
You just gotta
somebody
stand up to the woods.
Somebody can tell you how to do something all day long. Doesn't mean you're gonna do it.
I'm just saying. Anyway.
Max Nagel.
Anyway.
You ripped on the TM.
AC, Sexton, Osborne.
He still believes
Which
this
one
is the
wins
top three.
Supercross title next
He
year?
believes those are the
You
top
gotta
three.
pick out of those three?
Yeah.
That's what I said. I said AC will win outdoor championships before he wins the Supercross title.
Yeah, because I was thinking about this too while watching the race. AC, he has the speed. He's obviously got the starts, which are huge. He's going to be out front in Supercross,
Yep.
but he's going to make those mistakes.
And obviously in Supercross we know the margin.
And
for
you
error.
got Cooper Webb just breathing down.
See, he
the
thinks he thinks all of a sudden Cooper Webb and
Is
Eli Tomac
irrelevant?
and Kenny Roxon are irrelevant, and now it's the old fuck and the two young kids.
And maybe you had a little Dungy back in the mix.
We've been down this road before.
What road?
What road?
With every time we switch, we change generations. We've been down this road.
Yeah, except that generation hasn't come to fruition. It's pretty much been the
So
same
pick
people.
one out of those three. 2021.
I'd be like, do I have to?
Supercross.
Because I don't see either. I don't see
Out of
either.
those three,
Out of those
I'd
three.
do or die.
Do or die. I have a gun to your head right now, which we could also make happen.
That's just aggressive as
I'm
shit.
leaving. I gotta go Osborne.
Well, and he also says Anderson's just a 6 to 9 guy too. He's like,
I gotta go Osborne.
And that's not gonna
Good
happen.
call.
So,
Who you got out of the three?
if I had to pick 3 out of the 3, no, I'd pick AC and Supercross
Really?
because AC, even though
AC has the speed. I just don't know.
he's much faster than both of those guys are in Supercross.
This guy does not look at history ever.
You're not looking at history ever
Last
right
time
now.
Osborne won a title, what did we do? We won 3
That was on
titles
250s,
back to back.
and this is a
250s is a
goofy
whole
fucking
different
year.
ballgame.
Still won.
You got young kids.
And you know the difference was then? You know what the difference was then? Zach
Something
Osborne, as
great
far as speed,
going back.
was
to
leaps
back.
and bounds above everybody else. He's not the fastest guy.
Back to back.
No. Nope. Not even
Anyway,
close.
back to the 450s.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Betty Bloss, 14-7.
Wow, he
Eighth
finally
overall.
finished 2
Yeah,
motos,
the
huh?
one,
Yeah.
the one time he doesn't get picked for fantasy.
Yeah, you want to know why? Because that was his last race.
What do
He's
you mean?
not going to California.
Why?
He doesn't want to.
Why?
He hates that track.
Because he's embarrassed of the whole year.
He hates that track.
What's
The
he doing?
year
Just
is
getting ready
set.
for Supercross?
What?
What's he doing? Just getting ready for Supercross?
I guess. Max Anstey started Supercross training the day after Paula.
I don't blame
So
him.
what,
He's
be
literally
awesome.
getting on a Supercross track and going. That's what he
awesome.
so
said.
what,
Top tens.
Yep.
what are these guys going to be doing with no off-season races and stuff?
Training a lot.
I was going to say,
You
they've
think?
got 2 weeks off and then they have 6 weeks worth of boot camp and then here we are.
And I don't want to hear anything
season
about
already.
burnout.
I'm going to have to get a hold of my inside line at Feld and see what's going on.
We're supposed to have a thing in the next week or 2 here.
Well, I have a
Schedule.
line.
Who's your
I
line?
have an inside line at Feld.
You got a guy that's
Inside
track
line.
worker?
Yep,
Oh. Does he have like access to information or something?
should. I would imagine a track worker is going to know when they're going to be working.
Well, I don't mean that. I just meant like stuff that nobody else knows.
I don't know, he might know some stuff.
Okay.
I'll have to get a hold of him.
All right. What are you trying to figure out?
Whatever we can figure out
That
in the world of Feld.
that January, whatever the first weekend in January is, we're going to be racing in St. Louis.
I'm going to ask him.
I bet we race in St. Louis. I bet St. Louis.
That's
is
where
the
you think
first
we're
one.
going for round 1. is
Yeah,
St.
because
Louis?
that place is
Yeah.
a shithole. Is going to take anything they can get.
Well, I guess
I bet
that's
St.
true
Louis
also.
is the first round. I would either say St. Louis because we aren't going to California.
I
St.
will go to
Louis.
St. Louis.
How crazy would it be if we started off in Florida? Fucking.
Awesome.
I'll
be
just
there.
start at Ford Field, bro.
No.
Ooh, I don't want to go to Ford Field in January.
You're right.
Ah, fuck that. I don't want.
Anyways,
Anyways,
you want to go out on the town and party it up?
no, I just don't want to go to Detroit.
All right.
Christian Craig, can we talk about the second moto?
Bro, 7-4.
Fourth.
4th for 5th
How do you
overall.
look? Good?
Great. He got fourth, but he was great, dude. Fucking didn't fade. His speed was there. His lap times were there. He
Yeah,
didn't
don't get me wrong, he was nowhere close to top 3.
Nobody
Let's
was.
get
Nobody was.
straight.
though.
Nobody was.
Nobody
he
was.
was nowhere close to top 3, but yeah.
Well,
that was
good
a
for
solid
him.
fourth
He was
place
claiming
finish.
that he was going to be winning motos.
And even when Chase got into the top 5, he had a look at him,
Mhm.
and Christian just kept the gap pretty steady the whole entire
Yep.
time. So,
That was a great ride by our boy right here, Christian Craig.
Going back to the 250 class.
Yep. You want to get rid of that?
No, absolutely not.
Going back to the 250 class.
You don't have the other side.
No, that was literally the only one we got.
Can we talk about your boy Bogle?
Dude, I'm supposed to be getting a Bogle set of gear coming here, hopefully.
Like from Bogle himself.
Like some
or-
answer gear, like
Oh,
through
okay.
Tucker kind of stuff.
Bogle finally showed up.
He did, and I'm glad he finally showed up
12
because I
down for
love
ninth
me some
overall.
Bogle.
I bet if we had Bud's Creek, he would have showed up there too.
Maybe.
I love me some Bogle, so I hope this is some upward trend on him because, man, I hope he doesn't get hurt either because he would have won a heat race in St. Louis. Like, he'd been a good starter when he can figure it out. Like, I think he can be up in the mix.
I think he needs to go Supercross Open.
I think so too.
Yep.
And I think with him too,
He's back on a Suzuki.
Suzuki.
Yeah, I think he's back on a Suzuki. No, I think he needs to be back on a Suzuki.
He's good on a Suzuki.
No.
Cole's like sitting there trying to figure
I'm
out
just
what.
thinking, like, he's had a pretty decently successful career as far as the mini bike stuff goes.
Yeah, well,
He's won a couple motos. I gotta think if he doesn't get signed, he's gonna have the money to fund himself through Supercross.
I don't think he's going to though.
Well, I
he
think
would.
he- I think
he
he-
was gonna.
I think he had a lot of that.
Maybe.
That money from winning that 250 title.
That's what I mean, yeah.
That's it all.
Yeah. I don't think he's spending all. Think he's making any money on his music?
No, but he's definitely got to start
Yes.
doing videos in like churches.
I've heard yes.
Making
I would
money off
imagine
like what?
that
SoundCloud?
Pack
I
EMH
don't know.
album thing was on iTunes like top for a
Pack
little while.
EMH. That's a. Yeah.
I think he's making
Maybe.
some money
You
there.
think he is?
Yeah.
Alright, well,
How about that?
maybe
start
we can
straight
interview him
crash?
and ask him.
Second moto.
With Norn?
Yeah, with Norm.
I thought it was Ad-
Flipping
Adamantic
down.
I honestly
Yeah.
thought it was Adamantic down.
That's what a lot of people thought, but no, it was Freddie.
Like, we can't figure out what Suzuki. We know it's not Max Anstey, but we think it's a Suzuki for sure.
And he came back to like 13th.
That funny just wadded it down the hill, huh?
halfway down the start straight, people just started going.
I say no.
Well, was it because A-Ray's exhaust was laying in the middle of it again?
No, the problem.
this was on the start.
Yeah, it was literally on the start straight, and the problem was that AC and Osborne lined up next to each other and got into it.
Oh, they were
and then
going
kinda
after each
shuffled.
other.
Oh yeah. And then shuffled into Sexton, and then that shuffled into Norn, and basically Norn's like, I was here, and then it was like this, and then I was flipping, and so that's what happened.
And Baggett Savachi didn't ride the second moto.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's up with that.
Brock Tickle didn't ride it either.
Yeah, he hit the ground hard. I think.
Yeah.
So like that's how Walker got in.
No,
Walker
Tickle-
was
I
second
didn't even
moto.
notice Walker was out there.
Well,
thought Tickle was
he
in
got
the second
sixth in the
moto, and then he
LCQ,
just
and then
didn't
none of those
finish.
guys showed up for the
Yeah.
second moto, so he lined up
I think Tickle started the second
Charter
moto.
style.
Tickle started the second moto. He was in the pits though. Something was wrong.
Oh,
Because he was in the pits, he went out, and then he came back in. And
We're
then
talking about how Marv was pretty much just giving up.
I think a lot of guys are just mailing it in at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Marv's gonna ride out this next year of his contract, and then he's done anyway.
I think he's
think
gonna be good in
he is.
Supercross.
Huh?
I think he's gonna be good in Supercross. Depending on if
Yeah.
that knee's 100%. I think he's gonna be good.
6 to 9.
I would love to see them open it up to where these guys can go back to 250s and still not be frowned upon.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Well, you know, I mean, GPs have an under 23 rule, so you know, I think that's where AMA got the idea to stop.
Maybe.
Well, I think those guys are getting paid a little more too, and the depth over there in the 450 class is insane.
Dude, the motos yesterday were fucking bananas. Like
Were they?
the
Oh,
first
wow.
attempt was
Boy,
like
here we
within
go.
like 8
GP
seconds.
talk.
Oh
Be
my
prepared
God, I'm
for
gonna have to
GP
go look.
talk.
Dude, every weekend's a different random ass winner. Like Romain Febvre he's been non-existent. Like
Febvre-
15th or whatever, he pulls a whole shot one.
Febvre, Geyser, Cairoli, Sewer, Prado, and one other person have all won motos since they've been over at Mantova.
Sweet.
Febvre. Yeah, and you know,
Sick.
Geyser.
And then Powlin just pulls a second out of his ass.
yeah, well, you know, I wish Geyser would come over here because then he'd fucking have that Honda up on top.
Oh god, here we go. Another GP guy.
Okay,
If he comes over,
alright.
he's just gonna dominate.
So wait a
bro.
minute.
I am
wait
a
a minute.
GP believer, I'm not gonna
So
lie.
wait a minute. You're sitting there telling me that you don't think Tim Geyser, a 2-time world champion, probably gonna be winning his 3rd world championship.
First off,
I'd
call him
rather
by
see
his correct
Cairoli.
name.
it's Timmy G.
Gumby. Okay? Fucking
Who
Gumby.
calls him Gumby?
Everybody, because he just
What?
fucking bounces off the ground.
Oh yeah, people that are fucking just random people. Anyway,
Dude, he could come over here and run 80%.
I'm not talking about Supercross. I'm talking about outdoors. I don't give a fuck about Supercross. You don't believe that if you went out here and raced
I've
outdoors,
said this about other guys too. The only
none of them have won championships like Tim Geyser.
The
though.
only one that's come over here and fucking ran everybody out of fucking town in an outdoor race is Hertz.
Yes.
Okay.
Geyser's
Which one?
never been here.
None of these other GP. Well, technically he has.
Well, he rose
He was
monster.
not-
Runs
Monster
a
Cup.
fucking monster cup.
Yeah,
He
wasn't
still
even
got
here-
third.
He wasn't even here for Red Bud.
Technically.
So wait a minute, you don't believe though that if Geyser came over here and just rode outdoors, he wouldn't win a championship?
Maybe.
Because I don't see any of our guys beating him.
It depends how hard he bounces off
I
the
think
ground.
He hasn't crashed this year like he has last.
He has
last
a
year.
lot, I will
No.
give him that.
No, he's been pretty much solid the entire year.
I've been impressed with that Sewer guy.
I don't know, because I keep hearing different things when I listen.
Listen to
different
me,
things.
somebody who watches
Listen
GPs all the
to
time.
me.
I'm listening to people who watch the races. It's not me.
That's like you listening to Mathis, and Mathis apparently fucked up on the season or the mid-season review and started calling guys by different names, and there's not that actual names. And he's like, oh yeah, I thought this guy had won a race, and this person.
Yeah, it wasn't
like 8
Mathis.
times.
It was like Lewis Stevens and someone else.
Who?
he called.
Lewis Phillips?
Or yeah, Lewis Phillips, whatever. And someone
Is
else.
he the MX Vice guy?
Yeah.
No, Geyser's leading the
Talking
championship
about.
now.
Yeah, I know he is, but they were talking about him crashing.
Yeah, they're probably talking about every year up to this point. He hasn't crashed it. He hasn't crashed this year.
All right, let's back to the U.S. stuff.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Anyway,
Who ended up third?
I don't
Who
know.
podium?
I don't know, man. Hold on.
Zacho.
I didn't see the second moto, so I'm just.
It was Eli,
Yeah.
AC, and Zacho. They were podium.
Yeah, Zach was 4-2 for 3 overall.
Okay.
Yeah, Sexton was pretty good that first moto.
Sexton
301
did the
AC.
first moto. He was kind of yo-yoing with AC, but couldn't catch him.
Yeah, well, you know, that's probably going to happen a lot.
Barsha,
Is he at his peak right now?
5:30.
Sexton?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I think his, how old is he now? 20, 21? I think he's
Is he
peaking.
peaking?
I think he's, peaking as far as the season?
Speed.
Yeah, I don't see
Or do
him
you think
getting-
he can get faster?
I don't see him getting much faster.
Bro.
What
Who-
would make
Sexton?
him better? Racecraft?
What? No, I think his racecraft is good. I just think that
He is
I
being trained by James Stewart. He will
I
get
still
faster.
don't care. I don't
James Stewart can set up a bike, I tell you that.
James Stewart will
Turn those fucking clickers all the way out and
just put
stink
some-
bug the shit out of everyone.
And give me a whoop section.
Let's just put some blocks of wood in there and you're gonna.
No, honestly, I don't think Sexton's gonna get much better. But the thing is that he's really good right now. So like, I don't
But there are guys missing.
What?
There are guys missing that would show
Yeah.
him back.
Yeah, for sure.
Sure.
I just don't think he's going to get
There's
that much
another
faster.
big red Honda.
Oh,
looming.
fucking talk to Travis about that too. He thinks that fucking Sexton's
He
just gonna
thinks
pee-pee
Roxon's
slap-
just
He's just
done.
gonna pee slap fucking
Roxon.
Kenny the whole entire time.
Okay, there's a big difference between done and I think that they're not going to be the top tier anymore.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll tell you what your problem is. You
Roxon's
put too
gonna
much
be good,
emphasis
dude.
on the practice track shit.
Roxon's gonna be good.
First off, the stopwatch nationals are my fucking jam. So don't fucking talk shit about that. I'll stab you in the neck with this fucking Sharpie, alright?
You put too much emphasis on what happened in the
Second off-
practice track.
Second
Because if
off,
that's the case, RJ Hampshire would have won every fucking East Coast round.
that should tell you everything you need to know about the fucking practice.
That's
track.
why I don't.
Oh my
I'm
god,
over
if,
here
if we're
calling
talking
RJ.
practice track, Christoph Porcel would be.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
That's
just
not
talking
what
They'd
I-
have
about
more
RJ.
titles than
I'm talking
Carmichael.
what I see on the fucking track.
But you just said though that with Sexton, you think that he's going to put the beat down on Kenny at the practice track, and that's going to make because you mentioned multiple times this year about that whole
Yeah.
thing, and that's why I don't buy into the practice track shit, especially with Kenny of all people.
I guess.
I bet Ken because look at AC was beating him leading up to last year, and how'd that work out for him in Supercross? Kenny got beat by him what all of 2 times the entire year,
Sure.
so that's why I don't really care what happens at the practice track.
Okay, great.
So,
let's talk
you
about
might
what
be
happens
right.
on the racetrack.
You might be and
AC's winning. Zach's winning. We're gonna have a
Not
battle
Supercross.
royale. We're gonna have a battle royale.
Those
Not
guys aren't
Supercross.
winning
I'm pretty sure
Supercross.
Zach won a Supercross race at the end of the year.
only because
Oh my
Jason
God, that
Anderson's
race
seat fell
does
off.
Not count, dude.
It's
That doesn't count.
Look,
Coop mailed it in. Tomac mailed it in. for
Kenny
his
mailed it
title,
in.
if I had
Kenny
Max
mailed it
editing
in.
this right now, I would put in the fucking
Dean Wilson
Fast
got
and
third.
Furious.
That's all you gotta
Doesn't
know.
matter if you win.
Anderson's seat fell off with 2 laps to go.
Dino got a third. That's all you need to know about that race.
Zach
Anderson
won.
was like 8 seconds
And he led
out.
laps.
Zacho didn't just drop 4 seconds a lap. Like, no.
But cool, nonetheless, you gotta win.
Yeah, that's okay. It's alright. It's
All
fine.
right, great. Yeah,
Okay.
you gotta win, and then
Anyway.
we won this title, and now we're gonna win the Supercross title in 2021.
No, your speed's still way off.
So we got 2 more motos left, and I got $20 I can just smell.
I don't really care. It's $20, dude.
What was the bet again? I don't remember.
Max
Nancy
just wins
wins
the
a
moto.
Oh yeah.
Unless he goes on and wins the last moto of the
Nancy.
year, which, you know.
I'm really gonna eat crow. Travis and I can just divvy it up and both eat it.
Hey, man, for not being 100%, he's been pretty good this year.
Like Daniel Blair, I just throw a bunch of shit at the wall, and at some point something's gonna stick.
Yeah. Well,
It's a cool number plate. I wish I had it in my collection.
Put snare number plate, bro.
So who wins Polo?
$5,000.
Ooh. Who wins
You
Powell?
say $5,000 for
Yeah.
that? I don't really like backstage.
Well, anything else we want to touch on the race real quick though?
Not really. We've gone super long.
I'd rather talk about off-season shit because at this point,
Which
I mean,
we
yeah,
could do
it's
a whole
getting to
fucking-
that point in the season where we're just ready for the next season.
Yeah,
they
before-
have the Supercross.
we could do a whole show on that, which we probably will at some point. But we've talked about dungeons. Let's just
2021
get our winners in here and let's get the fuck out.
Vogel for the low key ride.
We're not doing that anymore.
Bringing it back.
We're not doing the low-key fucking. We're not doing
All
that.
right, 250 and 450 winner.
Frenchie
Quickly.
goes 1-1 and Tomac goes 1-1. And Hunter Lawrence will be battling for at least one moto, depending on how different the track is.
I guess I agree with that. I agree.
I'm gonna say Cooper and Hunter split wins in the 250 class.
Hey,
You don't
hang on, wait. We're seeing 1-1s
Yeah, 1-1s.
all across the board.
Yeah.
End of the season, nobody gives a shit.
I don't think so.
Yep.
I got Cooper and Hunter splitting wins because I think they're both out there to
You don't
still
think Frenchie goes out and tries to dominate Apollo?
Nope,
Really?
doesn't need to.
That's interesting.
Well, he may want to. I don't think his starts are going to allow him to do it.
Oh,
I
you
think
get a
Jerry-
little shot at Thunder Valley in this gap
I
again.
think Jeremy Martin's mechanic pops both of Frenchie's tires on the start.
I think Geico puts a 280 big bore in the Honda just to send it the last race.
in 450, I think Eli goes 1-1.
I think Jet takes out Justin Cooper.
That'd be awesome.
In practice,
Yeah,
Wow.
Cooper takes him out, and then
I think Jet goes.
Jet
over-
steals his dog.
No, I was gonna say Jet goes over to the start
Okay,
somehow
all right.
and,
All right.
and shapes the dog.
Oh!
Wow. Okay. All right. We got to wrap this up because now we're talking
Makes
crazy
that thing
talk.
ball.
I would
So
just
this has been-
I would just throw a bunch of fucking donuts at
So this has been another episode of the Moto Aftermath Show presented by TLR Coatings. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to go sign up, play Pulp Mix Fantasy with us. We got one round left. According to my shipping information, my podcast setup's going to be here third. So go follow us on our podcast on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And
we're gonna start to do a
hopefully
lot more just audio.
Thursday, there will be a fantasy podcast.
We're gonna test it out.
We're going to test it out and see. And yeah, so that's basically it. Follow us on all the other social media. Thanks for watching. We'll see everybody next week to wrap up this season.